there's a certain liberation that comes about when you do come out and show your authentic self, especially in a community that is very conservative and is thought out to be not supportive.
Many members of the 2S LGBTQ+ community who belong to conservative cultures are still struggling to shift from living a double life to becoming completely open and proud of their sexual identity. Walid's story embodies every stage of the process with both its challenges and its positive outcomes.
During my upbringing, it wasn't thought out to be that, being gay is a thing. It was always looked down upon. It was the bad thing to do. It's just like really the society that I grew up in. And I just wanted to suppress that part of me as much as I could. So coming to terms with my sexuality was quite hard. I reached a point where I'm like, what is the worst thing that could happen if you admit this one thing, I am gay, say those words, I am gay, right? So I looked at myself in the mirror one day and I'm like, I said those words. And lo and behold, the world didn't end. And I decided to explore this part of me.
After coming to terms with his sexuality, Walid still had to face coming out to the world around him.
I started feeling a certain level of fulfillment as I told more and more of my friends.
Walid says that living with his real identity made him a more productive and successful person.
Once I was able to come out to my colleagues, I was able to start flourishing in my career. I felt confident at work for the first time. I felt like I could do anything. I started being the loudest one in the room. I started getting promotions. I started being myself.
As a member of a conservative family, the most difficult stage for Walid was coming out to his parents.
Between the time that I came out to myself all the way up to the point where I wanted to come out to my parents was about a 10-year period. The importance for me to tell my parents was more so about the authenticity of our relationship. I was thrilled that I told my mom. She didn't have the most accepting reaction, but she had, a very motherly, loving reaction. And then I decided it was a great idea to tell my dad the same day. Right after that, let's take it to double the stress. So my father and I sat together and had the same chat, and he had a very similar reaction to my mom. There's a lot of these stereotypes that they list out that aren't rooted in any truth, but they had some fears and concerns. But we ended up repairing that relationship over time. If anybody that has been in my shoes can relate to my story, then I've done my job.
In Toronto, this is Mona Awad for City News.